welcome into a new episode of the Bleed Orange and Blue, the Illini fan podcast. We're going to go ahead and recap the final regular season game of the season against Maryland. I'm going to go ahead and dive into that game as well as going to go ahead and dive into the season as a whole, kind of give an idea what do we feel about this season, what are my thoughts on this season, as well as we look ahead to the Big Ten tournament and what that may look like for the Illini. All right, let's go ahead for the Maryland game. A lot of negative talk about this game, understandably so, on the outside looking in, even the fan perspective here. Illinois let Maryland, who's one of the worst teams in the Big Ten, if not the worst, hang around in this game. They didn't have a huge lead at any point in this game. Maryland did a lot of things to stay in it. The Illini at times may not have looked so great. Sounds like flu bug has bitten the Illini yet again with Andrei Sirakovic supposedly having the flu and losing 10 pounds this week, according to Brad Underwood in the press conference, as well as Keaton having another sore back again. You could definitely see it in his shot. His free throws were barely rolling in, and you could just tell that things were not moving smoothly and fluid for him. Obviously, Omi, Big Z, again, where are they on their threes? And then Ben Hummerkaus, who's been shooting the ball well from three, did not have a great shooting night as well. The Illini shot their, believe they're second the worst this season from 3-point, 5 of 24 for 21% from three. From a team that, shot 55 total shots. A little less than 50% of our shots came from three, and we weren't making them today. Could have been worse off. But the Illini pulled this one out, really on the back of David Merkovich. I'm going to give Jake Davis some credit there. I'm going to give Andrei Storakovic towards the end of the game some credit, even though we definitely had some miscues there. But ultimately, free throws won us this game. Free throws and rebound, as Brad stresses all the time. So let's dive a little deeper. What was good in this game for the Illini? And I know a lot of people are going to say, not much. David Merkovich, that's it. While David Merkovich had a great game, I loved what I saw out of Mark in this game. I'm not going to sit there and really knock the whole team right now. Was this a closer game than expected? Yes. Is the Illini a much better team than Maryland? Yes. Did the Illini give a lot of points up to one player on Maryland? Yes. But there are things I liked about this game that I saw from the Illini. Obviously, the first half, we saw some great cutting from Jake Davis that led to some dishes as well as a nice little lay-in for him. And I thought that allowed Tommy especially to get the ball moving, which I think he does a great job when given the opportunity to play in that high post, playing that distributor role like he did much of last season towards the end. I think that's when we're going to get the best out of him. Now, obviously, his shooting woes are bad. I'm going to go ahead and just focus on Tommy right here for a minute. The start of the game was looking good. I mean, grabbed a few rebounds, had a few assists, I believe had an early bucket, and then shot 0 of 2 from three. I mean, he missed a three-pointer by like 10 feet from the rim. Just terrible. Now, I've been someone that I've gone through a shooting slump to the point where, yeah, I've had shots missed like that too. I think so much of not only Tommy, I'm going to include Z here. There's something mentally going on there. There's some type of distraction that's preventing them from focusing and really hitting their shots, because both of those guys can shoot lights out from three. They really can. I mean, they both have had games of 5 or more threes in their career, multiple times where they've had 3 or more threes in a game in their careers. So what is it? What's going on? I mean, we're not going to know that. We're only going to have ideas and thoughts and create rumors. I really think Z showed up Z showed up. His focus looked there. Tommy's effort was there, but his focus seemed elsewhere. Maybe he was a little sick. The Illini released a nice little video of him running around with the camera, so I think maybe that helped him feel a little better, getting the win. I think Tommy is the one square state of real estate right here. Something he's got to put it together. I love Tommy. I think he's got great upside. Obviously, he's got some of his deficiencies in regards to his foot speed and getting beat that way, but he can really rebound when he focuses on it. He can absolutely fill up the cup. I mean, he can bomb. And not only from that, he can hit on the inside. He can do things. He can be solid at the free throw line. I think really he needs to be more involved in the offense, not less involved, not just you know, a pick and pop catch shooter randomly, get a hook shot in here and there. I think he needs to be a little more in the offense. And I think that doesn't start with him and Keaton running pick and roll and doing all that or trying to get the switches like they're doing with Mark necessarily with Keaton. I think they need to do that with him and Mark. I think you need to work the high-low game. I think you need to go ahead and stack that side with your big boys. Let them work back and forth, switch till they get a matchup they like, and just go to work on the block. If not, kick it out to your big man for a shot or kick it cross court, which obviously Merck's done a great job this year. We know Tommy can pass the ball and do those things as well. So allow the pressure also to be taken off of Keaton a little bit. Obviously, his back strain is bugging him, especially in this last game. He has not looked great from the field. He's missing shots we've seen him make endlessly all season. The kid looks tired. So what can we do while he's on the court to take a little pressure off of him? Let him sit in the corner. Let him sit at the top of the lane and just back cut randomly if Tommy or Merck gets the ball on the block and it has opens up the lane. Whatever. Allow him to take a little pressure off of himself and find that rest time on the floor, which is something I think is very important for him to do, especially later in the season, while allowing the offense to still be effective. Now, another avenue here, obviously Tommy's had his woes. Big Z has had his woes from three as well. I think those guys just need to relax and loosen up and not focus on their shot so much. And when I say focus on their shot, I mean they need to just go straight muscle memory, just kind of check out mentally. I know that's when I personally can get my best shot going, is when I just let my muscle memory do all the work and I just put it up there. And I really think as soon as those guys start seeing a couple of those fall in a row, it'll ignite the fire that this team needs from both of them. They need to be fiery. They need to be aggressive. They need to be crashing the boards. They need to be hitting threes. They need to be dunking the ball. They need to be doing all of the things for this team to reach its ceiling. The Ivisic twins are my key for us to go deep in the Big Ten tournament and go deep into March. Now, let's go ahead and touch base here on Keaton. Again, a sore back, a back tightness. I've got a herniated disc right now. I'm not going to lie. I went a few weeks after finding out I had a herniated disc. My back was starting to feel better. Went and played some basketball and was on meds to keep things feeling okay and was regretting it. But it was not because of the pain or soreness I dealt with, but my shot was terrible. My shot was short. It was long. It was all over the place. I was not able to play my game. And being the tallest guy on the court, I just basically had to post up all the time, which is not really truly my game at all. So I think about that from Keaton's standpoint. He's used to stop and go, hesitation, extending himself, being able to do his, quick little step back dribble into his shot and getting that ball really up there. He's got great arc on his shot all the time. If you watched especially his free throws yesterday that barely were rolling in, he cannot fully extend on that shot. That shot was being held back. He was not allowed to get full extension on that arm, and that came from his back 100%. I don't doubt it at all. I don't think it was just being tired. Again, I've dealt with those back issues. It's terrible. All we can hope is that he's basically sleeping in that cryo chamber and just getting massages from Fletch and rest and recoup and relaxing that back and this time while he has it. Because regardless how far and how deep we go in the Big Ten tournament, NCAA tournament kicks off next week. Selection Sunday is on Sunday. This is the last break these guys get before trying to go, as far as they can. Put it all out there, put it all on the line, and they need to just heal up all their ailments to the best of their abilities and hydrate themselves like crazy and just pump their bodies full of all the good things right now, avoid all the bad and heal up. So I'm not going to knock Keaton. I mean, he ended up with 11 points in this one because he got to the line. He used his brain, and something that he's utilized all season is his ability to read and make the right play. Now, there's a couple shots he forced out, stuff he's again used to hitting. I think he was trying to get it going for himself a little bit, and I'm not going to knock him for it, but ended up with 3 steals in this one. Something I noticed, he is getting a little more aggressive, trying to pick some pockets, get the ball out there. Him and Kylan both been kind of doing that more often, and I love to see it because I think we're going to have some games that we force some turnovers to go deep into March and let him utilize that. He also doesn't get into foul trouble, so I'm okay with that. Now, Kylan obviously got in foul trouble in this one. Still ended up with 11 points in 21 minutes, 3 assists and a rebound to 2 turnovers. I wish Kylan would have been on the floor more. I think we would have definitely stretched that lead out. I think also we would have held Mr. Mills down a little bit. Now, Mills for Maryland, I was watching closely because I'm like, why is Maryland just getting these buckets? Like, why are they keeping up with us? They're not shooting good shots. They're shooting tough shots. And I'm like, looking into it, and I'm going to give credit to Mike Latula for this. He said this in a pod with Illini Inquirer. Again, shout out to them. They do a great job. I wish I had all the resources that Mike does to break down all the analytics because I loved this stat because I called it out in the first half and then I looked on Twitter and saw him saying something similar. They were hitting tough mid-range shots. They shot 71% from mid-range the first half, Maryland did. Now, the Illini used to only give up mid-range shots, not let you get threes, tough twos only. And we've seen in the past where we got beat that way. Kentucky beat us that way last year. Purdue, I believe, has beat us that way in the past. And I mean, we're playing some drop, but we're not playing quite the same defenses that we have. You know, there's some tweaks to it, allowing more 3-point shooting and just trying to get guys to shoot over our length and height. Again, Kylan in this one, 21 minutes only. So that allowed and forced Andre to probably play more than Brad may have anticipated playing him with him having the flu. Ended up 2-6 from the field, 4-6 from the line. Had 1 bad turnover, 2 boards. I thought really you saw Andre show up late in this one, and I think that's when we needed him to. Definitely, I mean, he missed 2 free throws there late that would have been absolute icing for the game. Still left it within a couple possessions late, but other than that, I'm gonna give him a break on this game. I think he would have had a better game, obviously, if he had not been sick. I think he really would have showed up. At least what his energy showed late in the game showed that he came in with a mentality to have some energy. And defensively, scouting error report, big time. Forcing a left-handed guy to go left. Please let someone do that to me. I'm left-handed. I would love to go left all day long, but we did that to the wrong guy. Andre Mills, shout out to him. 30 ball in this one. He has shown up late in this freshman season, looking like a great future player, hopefully for Maryland. If he does go in the portal, if the Illini want to go after him, I'm all game after watching him play. He is strong. He's got length. He's got athleticism. He gets the line. He hits the boards. I think he's a team player, but he knew he had to score in this one, and he knew he could. I'm not going to say the Illini's defense was great on him, but it wasn't as bad as I think everyone's making it out to be. I honestly think while we made some mistakes defensively in this game, the Illini didn't play that bad of a defensive game. They only gave up 3 hoops, 3 in the first half of the paint, and one of them was on a steal breakaway dunk. The Illini are doing a great job guarding the paint, keeping guys out of the paint, and I think that's going to pay off for us. I think that's going to win us some games here in March more than just this one. Now, Andre Mills, I mean, just showed up, showed out, played his heart out in this one. Going to give him all the credit in the world for that. But if he's not hitting like these super tough mid-range shots that he was hitting and some of these even really tough stuff in the paint that he hit in the second half, Maryland's not in this game. I mean, that's, you know, close to 40% of their points came from one guy who went 10 of 18, 2 of 8 from 3, 8 of 10 from the line, and got a bunch of tough shots to go in. Now, are you going to run into that absolutely, because there's talent everywhere. You're going to have guys that get hot at any time. Speaking of guys being hot in this one, David Markovic, let's roundtable back to him. David Mark, 22 points, 11 boards, 3 assists, and a steal. Did have a couple turnovers, only 1 foul in this one. And he was playing aggressive. He was getting after it. He was super efficient from 4. He went 9 of 12 from 2. Now, early in the season, we saw Mark missing layups, missing, contested stuff around the rim that he should make. And I think we were all kind of like, this is a little rough to watch because he's a big guy. Like, he needs to be finishing these. Well, he showed us in this one. He absolutely can do that and did do that. 1 from 3, didn't force any threes, knew where he was going to be eating tonight, and that was going to be down low. Had Brad, I think, called him out to the media as walking by during the press afterward about his little forced turnaround follow away shot that he does that I'm not a fan of. And it's because he was listening to Maryland's crowd counting down the clock, shot clock, and going obviously sooner than what it was actually going to buzz. So he kind of forced a bad shot. So that was a laughable moment. But love seeing what we got out of Mark tonight. 4 or 5 from the line. Just really held it together for us, made sure in a night that we weren't hitting shots that we were getting offense and getting efficient offense. And I think more and more this guy needs to be involved. But again, I think we need Tommy involved as well because that's where Tommy's confidence is going to come from. And I think if Z is seeing Tommy playing confidently and hitting shots, I think that edge is going to come out in him to do the same. Want to hit on one thing here that I didn't like in this game, and I know Buzz Williams teams are, they hit the boards just like we do. We were getting beat on the boards at one point. We ended up winning by 3, and that was a second half effort. And let's be honest, Merck carried us in rebounds there with 11. Tommy only having 4. From Rickhouse had 2, Z had 2, Andre had 2, Keaton had 3. And that's something I've noticed as well in Keaton's game. He's not crashing the boards nearly as much as he did earlier in the season. Z in this one, much better energy. He needed to crash the boards more. Is my one nitpick on him is just not hitting the boards hard enough and also falling down, which I've been kind of thinking, why does he fall down? When he goes up for a board, lands, and gets bumped in the back and he immediately falls over. We've got to work on his balance. His balance is off. He almost acts like someone that is trying to prevent injury. Maybe because I know he had a little knee flare up earlier in the season. I'm wondering if that's kind of how that injury happened and that there may be a little concern / scare tactic there on why he reacts that way. But I'm glad to see good energy out of him. I'm glad to see good effort out of Tommy. I just want him to get back to the player we know he is, the guy that we're all expecting to be like a first team Big Ten. I just want that to click for him right now. Not only for us. I love that for us because that gives us the opportunity for a national championship run, truly. But for him, because he's a good player, he's been loyal to the program these last 2 years. I think he tries hard, gives what he can. Obviously, there's some negatives to his game. We get frustrated at times. People may say, why did we not keep Perez and we kept him? There's a lot of reasons that we're never going to know. And I think it starts with the fact that he is a very good player. Last year at this time, he was playing his best ball and we were all loving him for it. So let's, I think, jointly take a step back, give Tommy a little breathing room, give him a little love because I think he needs that right now. Doesn't need us harping on him too much. He's probably beating himself up enough for the rest of us. So yeah, that's going to go ahead and wrap up my recap here for the Maryland game, except for the set us up for the triple bye. We are the number 4 seed, tied at a 15-5 Big Ten regular season record with Nebraska and Michigan State. 2 teams in which we lost down to the wire. Nebraska, obviously, last second 3, didn't play good defense that game. Our offense kept us in it, and we learned from that game. That was a big learning game for us. Michigan State, obviously, Kylan Boswell in that game, losing in overtime. That was a stressful one. That was a hard to watch us lose that one because I think we did give great effort. Obviously, Andre played with a twisted ankle in that game. We weren't at 100%. We're predominantly, I'm not going to say we're at 100% rate. everyone's available except for Jaskis and Ty Rogers, essentially, because Ty Rogers is not going to get played at this point. We need everyone just to be giving it their all. I really just, I want someone, and this has to be Kylan, because he's been in 4 tournaments, NCAA tournaments now. He needs to press upon these guys. If you do not give it your all every second of the game, somebody else will, and they win 9 out of 10 times in this tournament. I think the first 2 games we're going to get through, whoever we're matched up against. Offensively, we'll just be able to beat them. Size-wise, we'll be able to beat them. Tenacity-wise, we might not, but we might skate by. And I think that's been an issue over the years is our teams sometimes can get a little too fixated on March and then they don't bring it that one game because they're used to giving themselves a break after two games of bringing it and then not bringing it one game. It's just skating by. We've got to bring it so much. I would love to see how the season ended up if we did not have the injuries that we had in this one. I mean, we faced injuries from so many guys in this one. Tommy has missed time at different times. Kylan missed time. Andre's missed time at multiple instances. I mean, just depleted us at different times. We were playing with 6-man rotation, and we did okay when we were just playing with those 6 guys. But everyone, I think, got some extra exhaustion out of that. I really think we need to recoup, head into this one. Again, 15-5 in the Big Ten regular season. I know everyone's frustrated because of some of the losses we have. Guys, we went 15-5 in the regular season. Any other time, we'd be happy with that, except for the time we went 16-4. Any other season, we'd be thrilled. We have set these guys so high up because of, I believe, of that number 1 KenPom offense and some of the struggles that we've seen defensively that we are not realizing the real record here. I mean, we are 24-7 on the season. I mean, other tournaments, we would be number 1 seed. We have not lost to anyone that is not a Quad 1A team. That's as of KenPom today. Not a single loss has been to anyone less than a Quad 1A. So they are in the top 20 KenPom. We are a good team. We are a talented team. And yes, we are a frustrating team because of how good we can be, how good we've seen our team be at different points in the season. We need those guys to show up. Simple as that. Now, heading into that Big Ten tournament, we are number 4 seed. Our potential to play Michigan in the second round. I mean, there's no way around that. But we got to get to the second round. And I say that because Big Ten's stacked. You had teams that have came on late that look great. And obviously that's Wisconsin, UCLA. I mean, we're looking at this bracket here and it basically comes down to, all right, you got to play in with Penn State, Northwestern. They're going to play in, and it's between them, whoever wins that, which I'm going to say probably Northwestern because of Nick Marnelli versus Indiana. I think that's going to be a great matchup. They're going to run into Purdue. Then you got Rutgers, Minnesota. Whenever that, my money's on, well, I'm not going to say my money. I don't bet on sports, but my guess is Minnesota to face off against UCLA. And then you're going to run into, I'm probably going to say Purdue goes ahead and plays Nebraska. UCLA plays Michigan State. I'm going to go ahead and say Nebraska, Michigan State. I'm not just trying to go by the top seeds, but who I actually think is best in those matchups. And then we get to run into whoever wins out of USC, Washington. I'm going to say Washington at this point, with all the turmoil that USC has had. And Wisconsin, I think definitely wins that game. Whoever they play, I think they're one of the better teams right now in the Big Ten. And then we get to play Wisconsin again. Now we've talked about this being the last 2 games being get right games, getting our heads in the right place, getting back to the fundamental things that we've been missing and not doing great. And we did see some issues in this Maryland game. I'm not going to act like we played a great game and Maryland just happened to, play really great for their senior night. I think there's an aspect to it, but I really think that with this team, we're going to play Wisconsin, who we didn't have guards to play other than Keaton in this game against them before. Played that 6-man rotation and ended up losing overtime. Now, Wisconsin's good. They can hit threes. We have to be just as good. We have to start hitting our threes. We are getting the looks. Guys just need to relax and just follow through, hit their shots. hit the open ones. And I think we can absolutely handle Wisconsin because I think our defense is better than it's gotten credit for. I'm not going to say it's great, but it has been since the start of February 1st, has been in the top 30. It's still ranked 26th in KenPom. Now, I know those are analytics. I know like there's glaring holes on the defense against athletic teams. I get that. I'm with you. But I think we got Wisconsin as long as we show up the way we need to show up. And then obviously that's going to be us in Michigan. Get to have a second whack at them. See if we can't show up more in that one mentally, physically, regardless of the outcome of that game. As long as we bring it and show up, I think that's going to put this team on the right mindset and track heading into the NCAA tournament. I do foresee us not pulling that game out unless we are hitting from three at a very high volume. I think Tommy and Z would both have to be hitting. Ben Rickhouse, again, it's going to go all back to my preview I did with the Morez Johnson game and the Michigan game that we had, and we just did not show up for. Front court has to hit threes, pull out Mara from the lane, allowing our guards to get downhill, forcing Mara to have to sit on the bench a bit more, and force Michigan to have their switching defense. They obviously have Kaysen, who is out for the season from the Illinois game in that injury. Only chance we're going to beat them is playing our best game and playing hard and tenacious. I want us to show up that way, regardless, win or lose, because I think that will bleed into March, and that's exactly what we need. If we manage to beat Michigan and play off against either Nebraska or Michigan State, I don't care what happens in that game, as long as we show up. Again, as long as we show up. I want this Big Ten tournament not to be about winning. I want it to be about mentality. Because if we have the right mentality heading in, we can beat any team in this country. The Illini's offense is too good and too capable to be stopped. Michigan stopped us because we didn't show up mentally. And you know what? Duke do great things against us. Michigan can do great things against us. Arizona could do great things against us on the defensive side. Absolutely. But if this team shows up fighting, playing hard, and I'm going to go ahead and throw out the Florida Gators as well. We played them in a scrimmage, and Brad said that was the most physical game we've had all season. And we came down with that. Illinois was down in that one and came back and made it a close game towards the end. Get back to that mentality. Get back to that fight. Get after it. This is the time to step up, step in. And I think the Illini bring that mentality. We have a deep run in us. We've won 12 straight this season before. We know how to win and to continue winning. We are going to see different types of defensive, different types of styles. We're going to see people outside our conference. Thank God, because I'm ready, as I'm sure Keaton Wagler is, to stop seeing people in our conference. So he won't get beat up as much. Let's be honest. He's taken a beating, and he's a tough kid. But definitely look forward to this one. Look forward to the Big Ten tournament. Starts Friday for the Illini, 2:30 my time. Looking forward to the game. Looking forward to recapping that game here with you. And as we dive into March, hopefully we have quite a few more pods to come. Again, I'm going to be doing one on football. I'm going to cover the staff. There's some player interviews today. I'm going to touch base on some things there. Apologize, don't know exactly when I'm going to get that out. Do want to get that out before weekend's end. So thank you guys so much for coming in, listening in. Please definitely give me your feedback in the comments, what you guys think, what the Illini need to do, what we've been doing good, what are we doing bad. Let's talk about it. Please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And again, as always, ILL.